What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, we are back live in the man cave. It is Sunday night, so it must be time for us to talk a little hoops. Want to say what's up? This Polk Hoops. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to our co-host, number one PG, number one coach. What's going on with you fellas?
What's up? What's up?
The weekend has come and the weekend has gone, and we are back at it. Start of a new week. So before we get started, man, I want to go ahead and just say what's up. Appreciate you guys, man, rocking with us. And I know last week we did not do this. So before we do the two mistake and everything, I want to make sure we say congratulations to 2022 Santa Fe guard Trey Lane on his commitment to St. Leo. I also want to say congratulations to 2023 guard from Bart, to KJ Parker picking up his first offer from Stetson. Want to make sure and recognize both of those young men before we get going and let it slip off the plate. So apologize about that last week. Want to make it right from the jump this week. So having said that, want to pass the ball. If you got anything, pass the ball to the PG. If you got anything for two mistake. If you do,
I didn't know Trey committed.
yeah, he's committed to St. Leo, and I supposed to say something last week about it, and I didn't say nothing. So
Congratulations.
I apologize.
No, I don't have anything for two mistake. I don't move and shake till the season get going.
So we need to just bypass two mistake to the season start.
Yeah, hit the coach's corner.
Okay. Coach's corner, and we'll pass it to you. We'll swing the ball around. I don't know if you got anything or not.
You know, Florida high school finally did something right where they approved the live period in June. So hopefully, come next June, we have these live periods just like what's happening in Georgia and Philadelphia. So these kids have more opportunities to get in front of college coaches.
So when you say live period, that means that you can have events in Florida now?
Yes, and that at the end of June. I don't know if they released the dates yet, but this past year is the last weekends in June. So I'm assuming it probably be the same format. But Florida, why we always got to play catch up, coach? Why can't we be the pioneers and spearheading all this stuff? We got all the athletes. Football. You know what I'm saying? Got all the athletes in basketball now. Most of the first round they play ball in Florida. Why can't we just be the trailblazers and the pioneers here in Florida? Why we always got to be 2 steps behind?
Well, 2 words. Well, it's one word. It's 2 words that make one word. Football. Because at Florida, we define football differently than other states, i.e. Georgia, i.e. Texas, i.e. California, Ohio. Those people define football and basketball. In Florida, we would define football, period. There's no and. And so whether it's true, whether it's fair or not, that's how it's been, coach. Everything starts with football. It's in the middle of football and it ends with football because, they play football in Georgia too, but clearly they do a better job of promoting and advertising and putting on for basketball. They play football in Texas too. So it's like, to me, that's the deal. It's like football, and that's just it. So I'm very happy to hear it. But like you say, it's like long overdue that we finally catching up.
So my rebuttal question to you, coach: football is king here, is God here, right? So why are they only getting $2,700 stipends, and when I can go to Georgia, Alabama, and Texas and get paid $100,000 to be a head coach?
Coach, is that first of all, that's a great question. Second of all, is that specific to Polk or state? Do people not really get paid to coach in other counties too? Like in Dade County, are they not getting paid? Duval? Big counties, are they not getting paid either?
They are getting paid stipends also, but I think the highest that I've heard of probably been like 4 Gs or something like that at public schools.
Man, I was just talking to somebody. I don't know if it was black or it was somebody who was talking about how you're not getting paid coaching none of these sports.
Yeah.
Like it's like me and Rashad. Me and Rashad was talking about it last night. It's like there's the stipend that they get. Like it's not even like some custodians. I don't like to say janitors. Some custodians are making more money than coaches.
But football God here though.
It's definitely like, what's the point, you know? And for the work you and this is the thing, and you hate to be on some like revolutionary type stuff, but it's not going to ever change because they know there's enough coaches that love coaching enough that they're not going to walk away from it, if that makes sense. So they know that they're going to have teams are not going to go without coaches. Schools are not going to go without coaches. So they're never going to have to address it to that extent because it's never going to be any pressure that's going to be put on them. At least it hasn't been. Let me say it that way. It hasn't been any pressure put on them. Just imagine the coach if all of a sport just say, you know what, we're not coaching this week. And then you got games, not COVID canceling the games, but they voluntarily been, you know, I won't say protesting, but they demonstrating, I guess. But will that ever happen? Let's just say Polk County. Will that ever happen where you have a group of coaches that's just going to up and not coach because they have an issue with that stipend?
No.
I don't think it ever happened. So it's like they in the driver's seat. They can continue to do it because there's nothing that's going to make them move to not do it, if that makes sense. And it's a slap in the face. It's a complete slap in the face, but they just gonna turn a blind eye because they've been turning the blind eye for years with it. And until there's no need for us to change, so we just gonna keep doing it. We're gonna play ignorant as long as we ain't got to deal with it, and that's what they've done. But it is a complete joke, like a complete joke. So, shout out to the Lemonade Trap, man. I was over there in Tampa today, getting caught up. Man, we got robbed with no ski mask. My little 8-year-olds, man, they took the wind right out of our doggone hand, man. Coach, let me ask you this before I jump in. Let me ask you this: you don't coach a lot of football games. I know it's a basketball show. Coach a lot of football games in your life. You done played a lot of football. You done watched a lot of football. Have you ever heard of an illegal man downfield being called for an extra point?
Never.
Okay. Me either. Before today, and it happened to my 8-year-old kids. I had never heard of it either. Guy called an illegal man downfield on the extra point, coach. I said, coach, it's 2 yards. How they downfield? It's 3 yards.
Well, the rules say you can be 3 yards upfield. That's what the rule says.
Come on now, help me work. Somebody speak to me now.
That's why that RPO stuff has gotten so popular because the lineman can be 3 yards downfield.
Come on, coach. So I ain't talking about in the middle of the field. I'm talking about extra point, coach. It's the ball at the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
So Lemonade Trap after that game, Lemonade Trap, Tampa. I don't even know where they located at, but they call it Lemonade Trap. They kind of helped me. This is my second Lemonade Trap. So that's what's in my beverage for the evening. I see bro, he's still on his water challenge. So I'm gonna jump on the water challenge tomorrow. Coach, you got it. You got a beverage. You got a liquid for the evening.
I do not, but I'll jump on the water challenge with y'all. Y'all let me know what I need to do.
30 days.
30 days, just water?
Just water.
No, I thought you said 4 bottles a day, not just water.
You can't drink no.
You changed.
That's the minimum of 4 bottles. You can't have 4 bottles of water, then come back and drink a soda.
I ain't saying a soda. I'm just saying not just like straight water. You know, like no juice, no nothing, just straight water for 30 days.
Just water.
Man, I might have to modify that one, but that went 2 more on the 3rd day. So I say I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna do a modified water challenge starting tomorrow. 3rd day.
Oh man, you gonna cheat yourself already, man.
When you started too?
Tell you gonna cheat, huh?
How many days you got left?
I just started. It's like I think we started Thursday or no Wednesday, something like that. Just started.
He about 3-4 days ahead of us. So me and you start tomorrow. Me, you, and Mike start tomorrow.
All
I
right.
ain't gonna promise you water all day, every day, but I'm gonna
You already lost.
I'm making a certain effort. I
I
say start
got
tomorrow.
a jug for it.
Yeah,
So
why do you have to have juice?
I don't really drink juice. I'm just saying, so I can't have no beverage. That's what I'm saying. So I'll be drinking water for 30 days. What tomorrow is? Tomorrow is October the
Eat with you.
11th. So October 11th to November 11th, straight water. All right, let's see. On the show.
You can do it. You can do the energy drinks, bro.
On the show. That one says in the morning I can't do my energy drink and none of that.
Yeah, you can do that. But
I said I was gonna do fruits and vegetables all this week and see how it goes, just fruits and vegetables. And then I'm gonna do it so the water. So we'll see. All right. So Coach's Corner, kind of going right in line with homecoming exception. So yeah, if you're going to homecoming, I guess you got to throw that out the window. I don't think I'm going to homecoming exception. You can't be around all that and just say water. But so basketball, teams in season, they training, they doing the weights. When you're in the off-season conditioning program, this kind of a chalk talk type deal. Coaches always kind of preach, working out, conditioning, lifting weights, all that kind of stuff to kind of help you improve as a player. And maybe I'm missing this though, but why is it that we don't hear at the high school level now? Why is it that we don't hear about nutrition being a part of off-season conditioning program, and how important do you all think that is? Because we hear about the weights, we hear about the running and the conditioning, the cardio and all that stuff, but I don't hear, at least, and y'all might hear it in y'all circles, but I don't hear it or really to see it where nutrition is put in as being important in a high school conditioning, off-season conditioning program. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I agree that it's important, and I don't know if y'all remember or not. Tiffany Hayes, when she was on here, she expressed, how her diet and stuff have changed, and that made a difference in her training. Man, I think at a high school level, why it's not as important, because we're talking about kids and how they don't have control over some of the things that they eat. Like, they don't have control over what they eat at school. And then when they get home, like, definitely us three, we had to eat what our parents cooked. You know what I'm saying? That's what it come down to.
Can't afford it, bro.
Eating healthy, well, that thing is so expensive. It's crazy. So how are those kids gonna be able to do that? If you're playing ball, more likely you can't work. So
it costs money. That's a whole other bill.
Mm-hmm.
You hit it right on the head. It costs a lot.
Do kids even try to, kids and parents? Because I know at the high school level it's more, a home. You got to have a home buy-in, not just like in college where you kind of on the hook with what the college do. But is there even any buy-in on the side of the parents and the kids with that?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you what we should do. As far as the nutrition goes, we should educate them. That's what they need to do. Is we just need to educate them, and then maybe the parents or whoever the caretakers are can think about that when they are grocery shopping. You know what I'm saying? You still can do some things, by getting fresh vegetables and fruits and whatever. So maybe they can consider that when they do go grocery shopping. But I don't think they know. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's at y'all schools, and y'all at school, so y'all see this all during the day with kids. Y'all more traditional than my school. How much are kids even eating nowadays? Kids don't even eat. We used to come to school to eat. Half of the reason was because you weren't eating at the house. These kids don't even eat at school. So they're not even doing. It's not even. I understand it's expensive and it costs to eat healthy. I get that, but do we even have good principles as it relates to eating? Before we get to how much it costs, do we even have, when I say we, I'm saying the players, the athletes, do we even have even the right mindset of what good eating is in order to even see if we can afford it? I mean, does that make sense?
We don't. We don't have those type of kids right here that think at that level to actually get the knowledge. So,
but it's that next level thinking. Because I remember now. I remember back in the day. And I'm sure they doing it now, bro. I'm sure they doing it still. But I remember back in the day, Lakeland High School football. Like when I was coaching out there, some people had a nutritionist. They had a daggone, but it's Lakeland football. So let me make sure I understand. We understand what we're talking about. But them people had somebody who had that stuff like lined up. I don't even know if there's schools that even have that kind of stuff like in their program, I guess is what I'm saying. Before we even get to the cost, are we even putting that into like, are we putting that in where we said, all right, we're going to lift, we're going to run, and we're going to eat, even if it's just on game day. And I know I was guilty of this when I was at Jenkins. We never ate healthy on game day. I know I had to take out one meal one day. We went and ate daggone Jimbo's and was so sluggish and we ended up losing the game. We had no minutes to lose. So I took Jimbo's off the pregame, but we wasn't out to eat no oranges, no bananas and all that kind of stuff before. And maybe it was just me being ignorant, but I know we didn't do it. So I'm just like, with how things are now with people, we got so much, we put so much emphasis on our bodies and our health that doesn't seem like it translates to high school. That was just something I just kind of, was on my dome. So I figured I would ask y'all guys just to see what y'all kind of.
Coach, let me ask you this again. Polk County being behind, how many schools actually have athletic trainers?
Everybody got one, don't they? Everybody don't have a trainer. They supposed to. Let me say that way. I don't know. I thought everybody had one. So you saying everybody don't have a trainer?
Y'all got one?
Y'all as in Winter Haven or y'all as in me?
No, never. Winter Haven, man. We got called. I got Davenport. No.
Oh, Davenport. Y'all got one.
No.
Okay. Y'all don't have one.
You coaching this year, man?
Who?
You.
Coaching
girls basketball.
Yeah, I'll be helping.
So
I thought everybody had a trainer. I thought that was like kind of understood, but I guess
it's mandatory in other counties.
Yeah,
you have to have one.
What do y'all do like at the school? Like one of the teachers have to be, one of the coaches have to be?
I mean, bro, for the longest time that I know of, coaches be taping ankles and all of that stuff.
I thought they just stopped doing that.
You can get somebody to come out on game day if you have that type of relationship to get somebody to volunteer, but everybody else in every other county, they require you to have a certified trainer there. I
thought they'd been stopped doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we had one when I was coaching at Lakeland basketball, but it was a lady that was from Watson Clinic, but I don't think she was like she didn't work at Lakeland. I don't know if that was just kind of like on the love type deal. I don't know if she even really got paid, but I know she was at all the home. Say again?
She's a former booster.
Probably was a booster. Probably was a once again it's Lakeland. It's Lakeland. So I mean that gotta make sure we.
Lakeland like American Pie show, the band camp thing. Everything that happened, you gotta say it happened at Lakeland. Like, one time in band camp.
I mean the thing is if when you think about the model for us programs with football, you think Lakeland, and just being honest, when you think the model as far as basketball, you think Bartow.
Just think about it. Have you seen a trainer at Bartow games? No. I'm surprised McGriff don't even have one when the Mosaic is in.
I think Ladarian be taping them kids up.
Oh well, I mean, but we know if we want to keep with Lakeland, we know Lakeland got a whole like, and we know Lakeland alumni. It run deep. We get that, and so it spreads out. So I'm sure the lady that was the trainer for us probably was a spillover from football. I'm not. They wouldn't surprise me at all. But it just seemed like they just did things different. Like I said, they had a nutritionist, bro. That was them kids used to have like shakes and stuff after practice being made for them, where they walking out the door with they giving them to them, and like what we call it in the gym. They say when they refresh, that refresh ain't the word, but when you get done with a workout and they got this way you get this shake and supposed to build you back up. It's a word for it, but they was doing that in Lakeland when I was out there coaching basketball, and I just know because the kids used to come up to the gym and they used to have them. So it's just a different mindset. If it's done, recovery, that's the word. So you got recovery shakes. They was doing recovery type stuff back then, and I know other people not doing that. And I just always wonder. I always wonder, but I wonder recently why we don't put that kind of emphasis. If we talking about the whole body, the whole athlete, that would be considered part of it, I would think. But anyway, all right. So just on my dome. So want to talk to you all about this. I kind of sent it to you all, and it was a little conversation this week about it. That was a video that came out where this local kid, recorded his conversation with his coach. And he was essentially saying the coach was essentially, I guess, kicking him off the team because he wasn't coming to practice. The kid was essentially saying he couldn't get to practice, saying that his mom and dad, I don't know, I guess a tough home situation, but he didn't have no way of getting to practice. So he kept asking the coach, would the coach come get him, or the coach give him a ride, or whatever the case may be. And he can't get here. It's not like he ain't coming because he don't want to come. He just ain't got no way of getting here. And the coach was just like, I understand. I'm sorry, but we just got to move on type deal. So my question to y'all, it's a couple questions. First, is it a coach's obligation to take a kid home? And then the other part is, what is the coach's obligation after practicing a game? What is the coach's obligation to the kid? Just kind of piggybacking off of that video. What's y'all like take on both of those?
I didn't know it was a video out, so I didn't go back and look at it.
Coach, if Polk County School Board policy that you cannot give a kid a ride. You can't, Toomer. You don't supposed to be taking them home. You don't supposed to be picking them up. But you, Coach, and Toomer, y'all know, that's just a given. If not, them kids won't be able to get there. And I watched the video. For real, bro. You don't supposed to give them rides. It's like a liability thing.
Yeah,
that was the reason why. I'm gonna send it to you again, boss. I had sent it to you, but I'm gonna text it to you guys. I don't text it. You don't look at stuff. That was a thing. That was a big reason why they started doing the activity bus. I mean, it was part of the desegregation order, but that's when they started doing the activity bus at Jenkins. They trying kids didn't have no way to get back from. You get the way out to Jenkins, you have no way to get back home. So they kind of started with the activity bus to kind of get them to and fro. But my first thing on it is, I mean, you hate to see it. The kid is like real deal. I just sent it to you, bro. The kid is real deal on there, like, he distraught, he emotional, and the coach is being calm. I'm thinking the coach is being pretty calm about it. But like you said, Coach, if it's a rule in place, the coach's hands is tied. Yeah. We just talked about it. We just talked about over in Fort Martin, what's the name county, in Lee County, where the people got suspended the game because the coach took a kid home, and it was his son's friends. Yes. He gave him a ride home, and he got suspended because he violated the rules. And all he was doing was getting the kid a ride home. So what am I supposed to do? Leave the kid at school? So I mean,
looking at that video, when is it bigger than football though? When is it bigger than basketball? The context said that the kid was homeless. He's standing in an abandoned house. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's coming to get him to go to school. Like, it got to be bigger than sports at that point. So as a coach, I'm asking them, what can I do to help you? Or I'm asking others, like, hey, what resources can we come up? What can we come up with to help this kid? You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm not worried about football or basketball or anything like that. I'm worried about where this kid laying his head at every day. Is he eating? And just the welfare of the kid at that point. And we'll figure the sports thing out later. But that's just me. But it seemed like he had no concern about that whatsoever.
So to you, do you seem like the coach just didn't have any feeling when trying to even work with him or trying to work the solution out? That was your take on it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to listen to it, bro? No.
Yeah, I was just listening to it then. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I mean, it seems like the kid got in more trouble than just not coming to practice, though. And also, the guy who was coaching them wouldn't understand. I wasn't even trying to understand.
So who wrong? Who right and who wrong?
I mean, the kid wrong for all that yelling at the adult. I can say that much.
I mean, but the kid emotional though, Tuma. I mean, if he said he has nobody, you know what I'm saying, then you gonna
the coach, man. I ain't done with the coach, but I'm just giving the fault of the kid. Just to say, if he'd been calm about it. As a coach, we need to find out who that is.
I got a pretty good idea who the coach is. I'll say it to y'all on the text, but I ain't gonna say it here on the thing. But
ASAP.
I got a pretty good idea, huh?
We need to find out who that is. ASAP.
Yeah, I ain't saying it is, but that's who I think he is just by what I heard. I got an idea who I think the coach is. But I mean, irregardless of the coach's previous, resume, in this situation, I mean, he kind of, even if he wanted to, he kind of stuck because, like I said, the rules say you can't give a kid a ride home. I mean, so, huh?
What rules?
It's a state rule. Remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago where the coach got suspended because he gave a kid a ride home. It was his son friend, and he gave a kid a ride home. That's a state rule.
Yeah, I'm blind. What rule?
It's like a recruit. It's like a recruiting violation almost. Like they say you're recruiting by doing that. So he technically behind the rules. Whether personally he didn't want to do it, technically behind the rules, he within right. He doing what the rules say, which is he can't give a kid a ride home, which is a stupid rule. Let me just go ahead and say that it's a stupid rule. If I'm coaching and a kid need a ride home, I can't get a kid a ride home. That's just stupid to me. But I don't work for the state of Florida, but I can speak freely on that.
Yeah, which is a Section 8. And that's I'm straight out the trenches. What's called Section 8. as the old lady Eloise Darlene Wood used to tell any man that come in that house, you gonna be responsible for him. You gonna come and get him, and you gonna bring him home while he ain't playing.
And that's how it used to be, and that was period. That was always they said. With the fire, that's what we did, man. We expected to go get kids and take kids home. We wasn't caring if they had 3-4 cars in the driveway because we was dealing with the kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how we operated. But nowadays, I get it, but I still just think it's a stupid rule. It's different situations. It's situations to every situation, if that makes sense. Yeah. So all right. So next one, man. This came out.
One more question to that. So the rule is you can't take a kid home, right? But you can take a kid on a recruiting trip.
It's a stupid rule. Bro, it's a stupid rule. I'm with you. It's a stupid rule, but it's a rule.
You don't supposed to have a kid in your personal vehicle, I think is what it says.
Oh, okay. But and that's the thing. If I'm riding home, it's my personal vehicle.
I know plenty of coaches ain't written no vehicles. They're gonna need the crew.
If I find a rule, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it is a rule, but it's a stupid rule. So a lot of stupid rules the states got. You not supposed to leave a kid at school and the kid need a ride. What? You know what I'm saying? It's just like what that makes no. When I first read that about the kid, the coach in Lee County, that got suspended. I said that then it was stupid, and it's still stupid. It's stupid now here that is in Polk County. That's stupid that you can't give a kid a ride home or go pick a kid up. But anyway, I don't get my soapbox on that. I'm not gonna do the Brandon Marshall and get all in the screen. But next topic, man. This came up this week. Get y'all take on it. Y'all remember we talked about Imani Bates. Remember, we were talking about him probably last summer, I guess. He's like the phenom that was going to Michigan State. Then he wasn't going to school. He went straight to G League, to the pros, whatever. So he reclassified. Imani Bates, he reclassified.
Who is Imani?
Huh?
Who is Imani Bates?
You so petty, Tuma.
Yeah, he real petty. So
You is petty.
he reclassified from 2022 to 2021. And then Penny Hardaway, he go to Memphis. He at Memphis right now. Hardaway had the pro trial for him. So it's been all over the news. It's been all, for most people, to say it that way, for most people, it's been all over social media this week about the man pro day that was not impressive at all from a number standpoint, from a measurable standpoint.
Is he having a pro day and ain't played a game of college yet?
Because Penny trying to, he understand what it is. That was part of the thing of getting him here. You get him, I'm gonna still put you in front of some scouts so you can, since you're trying to accelerate the process, which based off his age, he got to play 2 years anyway. Whether he play 2 years at Memphis, whether he go to the G League, whatever he do, he's 17. So you got to play 2 years before you even you eligible to do anything. So Penny just trying to, that's how Penny got him there. He promised him that pro day trial or whatever, so he came. Well, his numbers was like, I don't know if y'all saw his numbers, but his measurables was like very suspect. And he done got a lot of criticism from it. So is it now a regret that he jumped into 2021 as opposed to in 2022, especially since he had to do 2 years regardless?
Nah,
it's not a regret. They was gonna find out regardless. I don't understand like why you having a pro day now. What reason are you having a pro day now when you got to play for 2 years? Have a pro day after it. You're entering in the draft just like everybody else. But his numbers were horrible, bro. You like, what are you like, 6'8"?
6'9".
And had like a 24-inch vertical.
Yeah, that was bad.
No,
his wingspan is only, he's 6'8", 6'9". His wingspan was only like 6'7".
I remember when people talking about Kevin Durant couldn't bench press 145 3 times. Now that's what they're talking about.
So so that's the next question. How important in basketball now? Football, they are real important. But in basketball, how important are those numbers?
All I know is Kevin Durant couldn't bench 145 3 times.
I'm with you, Toomer, but Kevin Durant was the Naismith Player of the Year. His only year in college. Will Imani Bates be the Naismith Player of the Year?
He got the potential.
Well, we're gonna find out.
So, do the numbers matter?
If he plays at that level of Kevin Durant, then no, they don't matter. You're a basketball player. Because I'm pretty sure Allen Iverson numbers wasn't great either. You know what I'm saying? So, but he can flat out play. So you got to be a difference maker and everything else that's not in those numbers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got to drop the next 10 with the other top 50 alphabetical order. So we did 10 last week, doing 10 this week. So alphabetically speaking, the next 10, and we'll post it on the page tomorrow. So first up from Kathleen High School, sharpshooter Rashard Anderson. Next up from McKeel, Dwayne Bacon. Then from Kathleen, big man, human eraser, Alvin Jones. From Bartow, wing player, now coach, and athletic trainer, as Tuma just said, Ladarian Jones. From Lake Wales, three-time state finalist? Three-time state finalist, Roy Lee. Was it 3 or 4, coach?
3.
No, at least 3. Okay. From Bartow, arguably probably the top point guard at least in the last 30 years, maybe in the history of Polk County, Alvin Pearsall. From Kathleen, Mr. Florida, his senior year, Chris Richard. From Lake Gibson, probably the best big man they've had, Damari Tompkins. From Winter Haven, probably the best scorer, or arguably the best scorer Winter Haven has had, Devon Walker. And from Lake Wales, also arguably the best scorer that they have had, Daryl Washington. That's the next 10. So any feedback, thoughts, etc., whatever for those 10. Congrats, first of all, and then what's y'all feedback or take on that?
All them deserving. There's not a question mark to me about any of the 10.
I agree with Toomer. You know, all of those are slam dunks. You got a couple people that scored over 2,000 points in that list. You had the top shooting guard in the nation on that list. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Jones, you talking about one of the probably the top centers in Polk County history, especially probably in blocks. And whatever, if they really kept that stat, I'm pretty sure he'll probably be leading in that. And those other people like Alvin Pearsall, LaDarian Jones, like all of those are slam dunks. Like we shouldn't have any question about those.
Okay.
Like our debatable picks are gonna be later.
So the first 20 been easy.
Yeah, it's real easy.
Yeah, you said McKill, you said Bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can't argue him because he's a McDonald's All-American. You can argue it, but at the end of the day, he's a McDonald's All-American who played 3 years in Polk County.
All right. So that's going to be a conversation, but because the question, going to be, did he get it because he's a McDonald's All-American at Oak Hill, or did he get it because his body work at McKill? Can you separate the two? I mean, I'm just, I'm devil's advocate.
He killed a circuit though. You know what I'm saying? He was on a shoe circuit. He killed that also, and he killed it. He was playing 17 and under when he was a freshman. So, I mean, that kid was special, whether at McKill or not. You know what I'm saying? McKill, unfortunately, couldn't win because they just didn't have a team good enough when they went outside the county. I think Temple Prep beat them like every year.
Yeah, they couldn't get past Temple Prep. That was a formidable opponent.
Let me take a work apart with the top 25 players in the Reebok circuit. So,
whatever happened to Reebok? Do they even make Reeboks anymore?
Yes, they do.
They do.
They got an outlet in Orlando.
I'm talking about like basketball Reeboks, not like for the culture Reeboks.
No,
I don't know.
I thought they still make the for the culture Reeboks.
Yeah,
but I don't. I was asking about, do they make like basketball shoe Reeboks?
No, I haven't heard anybody being sponsored by.
They was there and they left. They was in the mix, and then they left the mix.
One of the other shoe companies owns them. I want to say it's Adidas.
Because not the big shoe companies are Nike, of course, on the circuit, and what is it, Under Armour?
The circuit, as far as travel ball goes, is Nike, Adidas, and then Under Armour.
Yeah. So like Under Armour took over for Reebok. They just pushed Reebok out the door. So Nike and Adidas always been there.
But I think Adidas owns Reebok and Puma.
Is Puma making a run?
They're making a push at those younger kids. A lot of those younger kids that are coming out now signing with Puma.
That's my thing. If I was starting the team and I was trying to like get a circuit type deal, I would go at. I wouldn't be trying to necessarily fight with Nike and Adidas, not right off hand, or even Under Armour. I would go toward lesser folks because it's less competition, for lack of a better way of putting it. And you just trying to get yourself established and get a foundation and build off that and grow off that. So I just, Nike is the pinnacle, but everybody ain't gonna be Nike, at least not at first. Everybody ain't gonna be able to play in the SEC for football at first, and the ACC for basketball. But it's still good basketball other conferences, and so it's still other you still just trying to get your foot in the door, and then you can kind of move around. That would be my strategy if I was starting a travel ball team and I was looking for a shoe sponsorship. I wouldn't necessarily, unless I had some phenoms. Now, if I had some phenoms, that's one thing. If I'm trying to build it, that's how I would go about it because it's just, I think it would be, you have a better chance to be successful. You know, that's just me. So all right, so gonna recap this week. We started with the top 25 players. Started with the top 25 teams. Just going to recap and get you all thoughts on the 25 through 21 for teams and players. So for teams, 25 was Davenport, Coach School. 24 was Mulberry. 23 Oasis. 22 Fort Meade. 21 Tenor Rock. Tim, I know you usually don't start talking until we get to 10, so I understand if you don't have any conversation for this, but I'm just gonna put it out to both of y'all anyway. Do y'all have any thoughts of bro? Look at what the cloud did. So, bro, Coach, do you got any thoughts on the
I mean, to be honest, Barnes, man, those are the most difficult to pick because you just don't know, where they're at. I think they easily could be interchangeable. 20 could be 25 and 25 could be 20. You just don't know. What I was actually excited about was Oasis playing a lot of the teams that are in our rankings, and so we can get a great gauge on where they're at. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But all of those teams could be interchangeable.
I think they set up for that summer league has put them in line for a real good year.
Yeah, but their schedule
they ain't gonna play nobody when they play in the summer league. So when they play people in they district and on they class level, they gonna kill people.
But they're playing people like Tenor Rock, Mulberry. I've seen some other teams on there that are in FHSAA. So, like I said, we'll get a good gauge on where they're at.
Yeah, they're gonna kill some people. So, 25 through 21 players. 25 was Jay Leonard from Frostproof. 24 was Jesse Nemo from Haines City. 23 Will Stallworth from Discovery. 22 Marshall Hearn from Sebring, and 21 Israel Ricketts from Victory. What's y'all take on the first 5 players that we listed?
I never seen you post 21. You just announced it. You forgot to post it?
I posted it. I thought I did.
No, I was looking for it yesterday.
Let me go ahead. Y'all talk about it. Let me go look while you talking. Y'all got the feedback on that or no?
Yeah, you never posted.
Well, I tell you what, those kids are actually pretty good. So if they 25 to 21, then the top of that list is pretty good also. The Ricketts kid, I wonder how his numbers are going to get affected with LJ coming over and them. And I've seen their team this summer. They got a pretty good team. So I don't think he'll have the numbers that he had last year, but he's still a pretty good player.
Oh, all right. I didn't post it, so I'll post it tomorrow. But it's 21 is Israel Ricketts. I typed it up and I didn't post it. I typed the team. I mean, I posted the team, but I didn't post the player. So I do 21. I do 21 and 20 tomorrow. So
I started to text you guys and say, "Was you scared to post the number 21?"
No, I did the team. I didn't. So that's my bad. My bad. I apologize for that one. I thought I posted, but I didn't. So we'll get 21 and 20 tomorrow just to catch up.
It's okay. We know Monday is the slap challenge, and you want to post it.
we do 20 this week. We're doing 20 through 16. And we also did on Friday. We did the best game day atmospheres. We said we did 5, and we had a couple people that didn't agree. We said Bartow, Jenkins, Kathleen, Lakeland, Lake Wells. And we kind of had a conversation off the air, us 3. And some people disagreed with a couple other teams. But what's y'all take on for us game day atmosphere? I know that in Polk County, when we talk about other counties like we talked about, Nemo, that's Nemo, his son. That's what they told him his name was Jesse from Haines City. Yes, sir, coach. But what do y'all take on our game day atmospheres in Polk County in relation to other kind of like top programs?
We had game day. We see. I saw y'all talking about it, but I haven't seen.
Well, when I say game, I'm saying like at the gym, like all the stuff they doing like during the game, like the game itself, like the atmosphere at the game or whatever. Maybe I should have said that. Not just like during school day, I guess, like the game itself, like all the stuff they have going on.
Bro, I don't think we had an atmosphere like everybody else do. Like
Yeah.
people have student sections that are crazy, like Jesuit. Durant student section was bananas. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I played my door student section over there in that little corner, they all on the floor and everything.
The shot troop.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but I just don't see that here. We don't have some great teams here, but you don't see that type of environment in the stands. That's just me though.
Why? I mean, especially if you got like a good team. I understand if you got some trash, you got some sanitation, and you ain't coming. But if you got a good product, you got a good team, a state level type team, a top team, why?
I don't know. I just maybe the coaches ain't into it. Maybe they ain't got the people to help make that a popular thing. Coaches ain't into it.
And I think it involves the coach, but it involves the administration and the sports program, the AD, and all of that stuff too. Like, what are you doing to promote those kids to come and have that type of environment? Like, it should be some type of incentive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you bring your ticket, from the game, you'll get this or something. But, my thing is those type of environments makes it tough for you to go in there and win.
Do you think that they're over at Jesuit, like you said? Do you think they're over at Durant? Do you think that when I say they, the school, the coaches, I guess the kids to a certain extent, do you think they are promoting their own product, or it's just organic, it's just automatic? Like at Mount Dora, was y'all promoting the Shark Troops, bro? That was just them. You know what I'm saying? Like who how do you build that? I guess is my question. How do you build it? Just them. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're on mute, Tuma.
You build it from winning and just the atmosphere of like a family. I don't know. I mean, you just don't have that. Right? Bartow has like a closer, like more family jail. Lake Wells, but I don't know. Coaches, I mean, like you said, from the top. It just starts from the top, not just the coaches. I definitely have a student section in this day and age. Oh man, I definitely have a student section.
I mean, Blue Summers after you have a backdrop.
Huh?
Yeah, he doing big things, Blue Summers with the backdrop. You see, he got me and Coach still, at the house. They don't know where he at right now. He could be on anywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's all good though.
I'm at the World Series game, man. Just checking y'all out.
I mean, I know that probably I done seen in person. Tampa Jesuit fan section, them people was bananas over there at Tampa Jesuit. I mean, they had scripts. They was doing stuff at different times with everybody. I mean, it's bananas. If you can go in Jesuit and win, especially at playoff time, but you go in Jesuit and win with all that they have going, but that's saying something. It just seems like we always, once again, we behind for whatever reason. Even with football, I don't know if y'all know. I mean, we done been to a couple games. The football buzz hadn't been the same this year either.
No.
Oh, at all, man. That's weird.
Football would be our thing, and football ain't been the same as it has been in past years. So COVID, I mean, I don't know what we attribute that to.
Mm-hmm.
So
COVID.
COVID, you think COVID is the reason why? But then I watched Iowa and who the people were Iowa and Penn State. Man, there's over 100 people out there running on that field. I'm like, ain't a mask in sight. I think that was bananas, bro. But that was great. But anyway, I don't know. I just always wanted that. Like, we just don't have that type of environment, and it's sometimes it's sad for the kids. You know, I just think kids feed off that stuff, man. It just to not get them a atmosphere where they have a true home court advantage. Because when we go on the road, it's places where it is a definite home court advantage when you go play other places, and we don't necessarily have that here in Polk County. You know, and it's just always been I think been a shame, but you know. So just want to ask y'all. All right, so last question for the night. This both of y'all just kind of first for the kids, right? See stuff like that. Vieira got plenty of money though, but Vieira gave 50 kids free entry and free pizza. I know when I was at Jenkins, I used to have it. You know, they used to do spirit towers for football. That's how you got in pet rallies. I used to let the kids use spirit towel. I used to have like spirit towel night. You show spirit towel, you get in the game with your spirit towel. So we used to have student session. We had a great student session at Jenkins because that's how they got in the game. They didn't never have to pay. And I didn't care about them paying. I just wanted them in the gym. And I know they'll go to the concession stand if they there. And so we'll get the money back in the concession stand. But I just think you got to be creative. But I also was a coach, so I was able to sign off on that. So it's it's different ways you can do it. And I just hope that we can be creative. When I say we, Polk County, so we can actually have some people in the stands this year. All right. So final question to both of y'all. Who was your best teammate and why?
In high school?
Period. Who was your best teammate and why? Last question.
My best friend, like you said, for me.
Wow.
And because he was able to push everything out of me and not give me not give me any room to make any excuses.
Okay. Coach, who was your best teammate and why?
That's a tough one, Coach. It's hard to name just one person.
We ask tough questions.
Sears, he's Malik Sears on here, Timo. With my high school best friend, my childhood best friend.
You know what? I would say my best teammate, and like I said, this is tough for me just to name one person. But I tell you who had a lot of impact on me and my game was Ronald Scarlett. Ronald Scarlett was part of that 95 class where we lost in the state championship in football and basketball that year. I was his backup at quarterback, and I became the eventual starter my junior year after he left. But Ronald used to hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care that I was young. He didn't care about none of that. You know, that year that we went to the state in football, they moved Ronald to corner, and I had to start at safety as a sophomore. And bro, he used to let me have it when I wasn't cutting the mustard. You know what I'm saying? But he also celebrated me when it was time to celebrate. But he used to hold me accountable, period. Ever since we was playing little league ball together, he used to hold me accountable. And in that relationship continued all the way into college. We coached at Warner together, and he's still the same way. So I would say it's Ronald Scarlett.
Okay. Yeah. And probably mine, if I had to say, would be Chris King at Kathleen High School. and I would say I was at Kathleen and I was playing, but I wasn't playing as much as I thought I should have been playing basketball. And me and Chris was always like good friends, or whatever. Off the court, on the court, kind of joke around. We had a couple classes together, even though he was a year ahead of me. We still kind of hung out a little bit. So I was kind of talking one day to him about being upset about my playing time, and he was like, "Well, bro, you should be playing more than you playing. Why don't you just go talk to Coach Jones? Why don't you just go talk to him?" And I'm to the point, I'm on that pride thing. I mean, I ain't saying nothing to him, man. He ought to be able to see it. And bro, sometimes you just got to go talk. You just got to go, speak your piece and say what's on your mind, and just tell him how you feel. And so I waited around after practice one day and had a conversation with Coach Jones, and he was like, "Well, where you want me to play at? I got Chris. Davis. Where you want?" I said, "Coach, I play anywhere from the 1 to the 5. It don't matter to me. I'm just trying to play." So he's like, "All right, next practice, we'll see. We'll put you a couple different places." And from that point on, I was able to play it. I ended up playing a lot more because I played more than one position. So if somebody got in foul trouble at the 1, I can go in. Somebody got in foul trouble at the 4, I can go in. It's just like, but if I never would have had that conversation with Coach Jones, and if Chris would have never had me to have that conversation with Coach Jones, I probably was sitting there moping and pouting, and I probably went from like the 7th, 8th guy to the 6th guy. I started the playoff game when Chris got kicked out the game against Tim Robinson. Couldn't play the next game. I ended up starting that game, so that kind of helped me a whole lot. So I would say he's probably the best teammate. He probably don't even know that. I think he do, but maybe he don't. But for the best teammate, and that's why. So, anywho, just wanted to ask y'all that, get your thoughts on that. I know y'all about to go to your second leg of the evening with the night game with the Bills and the Chiefs. Who y'all got tonight? Bills or Chiefs?
I got Chiefs. They can't start off 2-3.
They cannot.
Newt would have got fired if they would have lost today. They'd have fired him.
Who would have got fired?
Newt at Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. You got Chiefs too, Coach? Buffalo tough though. Buffalo
is tough, bro, and they playing well right now. Ever since they lost to Pittsburgh, Josh Allen been on fire, bro. So it's really hard to pick the game, but I think the Chiefs offensively gonna end up prevailing, but I think it's gonna be a close game.
It wouldn't surprise me if Buffalo won that game.
No, me neither.
Buffalo got some talent, and Josh Allen is pretty good. I know they home and they tough to beat. They tough to beat at home. The Chiefs is, but Buffalo got a nice squad. So, what about tomorrow night, the Monday night game? I get y'all for that. Then I'll let you go.
Who play?
It's Las Vegas and the Chargers. Y'all got the right two teams.
Nah.
Who is it? That was last week.
Chargers played Cleveland today.
Okay. Las Vegas play tomorrow or no?
Oh,
I know a boy been in the news. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? That he suddenly came up that he tweeted or emailed or whatever 10 years ago is coming back up today.
That's not surprising.
Who?
John Gruden. His son came out in the news this week that he wrote a email back in 2011 about the the Colts and the Ravens. The Ravens gonna kill the Colts. Colts and Ravens. Y'all think the Colts got a chance?
No.
Yeah, I don't think the Colts got a chance. But he wrote an email or something, and it had some racial stuff in it about the dude that's over the Players Association right now, who's a black guy. So
it's not surprising.
Do y'all you think Gruden racist?
It wouldn't be surprised about that either.
Exactly.
Nothing no surprise because it's Gruden, or nothing no surprise because it's just this day and age.
None no surprise me because it's professional sports. So there's plenty more out there just as bad.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say too, man. It's a lot of things that we don't hear about. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that we still have to deal with this, and 2021.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, y'all got anything y'all want to say for the good of the cause? What y'all got going on this week? I know grades went in this week. I know the first 9 weeks over with for the fourth of the year is already in the books for school. That's crazy. Fourth of the week is already in the books. Lakeland came up with a huge win this past week
Against the Parker.
against the Parker. That was like what's the name is really he became a true two-sport athlete of Tyler Williams. Is he the top two-sport athlete in the county?
I think so.
Especially that's involving basketball. I don't think it's really close.
Yeah.
Who else is it that's doing it? That play both at the level that he playing them at.
Nobody right now.
I don't even think it's a close second.
No.
Sam played both, but Sam don't play basketball nearly the way he played football. That's the only other one I can think come to mind. Jordan don't play basketball no more. If Jordan played basketball, I guess he would be in the conversation, but he's just straight football. So I don't know nobody else that's doing two sports at the level he doing. I mean, there's people doing two sports, but ain't nobody doing two sports at the level that he doing it at right now.
Yeah, ain't nobody. Even if Jordan was playing, I don't think Jordan is Tyler.
I mean, I mean, Castleman figured out he got to throw the ball to win, and it's crazy that he throwing it now, and they winning. I mean, he still ain't throwing it a lot, but he throwing it enough. I mean, Tyler had 3 catches, 140-some yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had like the game winner Friday. So in a minute, he gonna have to make a decision. You got to make a business decision in a minute. You're gonna be a 6'5" point. You're gonna be a 6'5" receiver, or do you have to make a business decision? But
I don't think
it's starting to kind of even out a little bit now.
I don't know. I don't think he has to. He won't have to make that decision until after high school is over.
So you think he's good right now?
For the festivities.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if y'all had to name y'all and I'm done with you, your top 5 football teams right now. Have y'all watched enough football to name top 5 football teams?
In college?
No, too much. No, in high school.
Oh, I definitely have.
I know Auburndale's still undefeated, right? I think Auburndale and Lakeland Christian undefeated. They the only 2 teams that's ranked in the top 100 in the state of Florida, which to me is still crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's true.
I know Auburndale got a tough one. They got Lake Wells this week, so that should determine the district.
Does Lake Gibson play Bartow this week? I know Auburndale. Yeah. I think Lake Gibson play Bartow this week too, right?
I got Lake Gibson, then he coming out Lakeland.
So we'll do them 2 games y'all picks, and then we done. Auburndale, Lake Gibson. No, Auburndale, Lake Wells, Bartow, Lake Gibson. Who y'all got?
Auburndale and Lake Gibson.
You like Auburndale over Lake Wells, and you like Lake Gibson over Bartow?
Yeah.
I like Lake Gibson, but I'm a Highlander, so we're going with Lake Wells on that one.
I like Lake Gibson, and I like Auburndale too. Auburndale got the kid actually playing quarterback like they thought he would, and then they got Tank, who Tank might be the second best.
Bro, I don't watch film on that kid. I like Auburndale team. They got a team. It's not him. You know what I'm saying? Those kids, the offensive line is really, I think, is good, and his supporting cast is really good.
Tank is the one, bro, that you say shut down Walt. He played football. So he might be the second best 2-sport player in the county because he played both at a good level. He played football at a high level, and he played basketball at a high level. So you got some people, it's divided something. Everybody like Lake Gibson, but some people that like Lake Wells too. I don't think I remember about with Lake Wells. Who's their quarterback? I mean, I know they got the Seaborn kid who was breakaway running back, but who the quarterback? They've been still doing the 2 quarterback thing, right?
No, it's the kid that came from Discovery. I forget his name.
So Summerall not the quarterback?
No, he's not the quarterback.
Yeah,
it's the kid that came from Discovery.
So both quarterbacks that'll be playing gonna be from Discovery originally. One went to Lake Wells, one went to Auburndale. Yeah, look at Discovery. They keep losing good kids, but that's another topic for another show. So, all right, man. Well, appreciate y'all rocking with us. I know we don't go as long during the football season because we know people want to go check out football, so we'll get back to normal as we transition into basketball. But we'll put these top 10, the next 10, not top 10, the next 10 up on the page. We'll drop 21 through 16 players, 20 through 16 teams this week. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe. Y'all student athletes that's finishing up your first 9 weeks, man. Y'all make sure y'all continue to produce in the classroom. Basketball is the only sport that carries over 2 semesters, so we don't want you to, do great in football, and then basketball comes district time, and then your team been looking for you, and now they can't find you because you ain't get a job in the classroom. So please stay consistent. Play consistent. It's easy to start strong. It's hard to stay consistent. So stay consistent. And y'all be safe. Until next week, man. Y'all ain't got nothing else. PG and Coach. That'll be it for us tonight.
All right, good night, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Go. Be safe.